Hello everybody, Blood Fans are talking with another episode of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. It feels like ages since I've played this game. Probably because I've been playing A Machine for Pigs almost every day. Except for yesterday, which is, you know how I said that I was gonna do that as a daily series? Yeah, that's not going to happen anymore because producing an episode every day is actually a little bit too much for me right now, I believe. As all of you are aware, I only just started doing this whole YouTube stuff. And I'm still trying to figure out most of the things and what works best for me, and spamming YouTube with a new vid of mine every day, that just doesn't work out. So I'm returning to my schedule of things. Schedule, whatever. So rather than doing Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs every day, and having my other series like Spelunky and Brothers continue normally parallel to it, I'm just going to include A Machine for Pigs into my schedule. So what this means to you guys is that I'm not going to force you to watch my shenanigans every day. And instead you get to have a little break, and I actually get to have some time to think about saying stuff, because that last Spelunky episode, that really sucked. You don't want to listen to some guy mumble with a headache and not actually having anything to say. Like, I want to make this as enjoyable as possible. So I'm going to be planning ahead in the future, and I'll be think about stuff I want to talk about. Like political issues, my life, just general stuff I feel worth noticing, and things like that. So, if you want to know what my idea of the schedule is, I'll be doing uploads on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, with potential for more content on Sunday. And since I'm working through the week, from Monday to Friday, I'll probably just use the weekend to record everything ahead of time. So I'll be less stressed out. And something that bothers me about A Machine for Pigs is actually that since it's sort of a game that I'm supposed to be playing quietly, and well, I haven't really been too quiet, but since it's supposed to be atmospheric and moody, I can't really talk a lot over everything that happens, because that totally breaks the suspense. Although people are actually arguing that A Machine for Pigs isn't as scary as The Dark Descent, and people are correct about that. The game isn't as scary. I can totally agree with that. Because Amnesia The Dark Descent, that game was so scary that I actually stopped playing it right somewhere around the starting area. But Machine for Pigs, I finished it 4 hours. So, there you go. I'm a big fat pussy, and well, not a pussy. Pussies are... let's just say I'm a coward. I'm a coward when it comes to horror games. fact that I finished A Machine for Pigs, that I actually finished it in one sitting, that just shows me that it's not the great scary thing it is supposed to be. But I don't really mind. I don't really mind. Because it was actually produced... Oh look, there's more trolls down there. Because the game was produced by the Chinese Room, developed by the Chinese Room, I believe, who I think, yeah, great, oh god, no, what's the word? Great research skills I got, right? The Chinese Room are also the development studio that created Dear Esther. And Dear Esther, if you don't actually know Dear Esther, it's a game where you are stranded on an island. And you just walk through the island listening to the narrator say stuff about his past and general bits about the island. Until the end where I won't spoil the end to you. But yeah, it's a game that many people don't really see as a game because you don't do anything, you just walk. There's a little bit of exploring involved, but mostly you just follow the path and it will lead you somewhere. And many people say that is not a game. And yeah, it doesn't really offer much in the ways of gameplay. But it has a beautiful story and narrative, and the voice acting is top notch in my opinion. So I was willing to forgive the game for not providing me with dramatic chase sequences, or complex puzzles, or tough as nails boss battles. Come on, I can do it! Because great. There's more trolls down there, doing some sort of stoneworking dealio. But yeah, I'm a guy who can enjoy a game just for its narrative. Just as I can enjoy a game that doesn't have any sort of good story at all, but that has a great gameplay. For example, Minecraft. It has very simple gameplay, but it does give you exactly what you want. You get a blank canvas and you can have fights, or you can just build stuff, or however you want it. So it's pretty good in regards of gameplay, but it doesn't have a story at all. You are the one who makes the story, but there isn't much else to it. Even after they ended that god-awful ending sequence after you beat the Ender Dragon. So, to get back to my original point, Amnesia Machine for Pigs might not be the scary experience that you expected it to be, but it has this wonderful, disturbing, dark story that you just want to hear, that you will just want to experience to the end, and that in itself makes it a great game to me. But I can see where people come from when they say that the game was a bit lacking in certain respects.
Hey, Nai!
And I have to say that if I wanted a game that genuinely scared the bamboozled out of me, then I'd probably be playing something else. This is currently a great season for horror games because there's a lot of them coming out. Another good scary game that came out is Outlast, where you're some sort of investigative journalist who goes to an asylum out in the middle of nowhere on some big mountain where some secret organization, where a big organization had performed secret, unspeakable experiments on the inmates of the asylum. And what you get in that game is you have to run around a lot and you have to hide. And you don't get to fight back, like, at all. You just run, and that's what makes it really terrible. Okay, big sequence where I have to run. Oh shit. Okay. So I'm really glad that the game actually goes into that sort of... Oh, look, who do we have here? Ooh, it's a girl troll. That's interesting. Girl troll in a big cage. Oh, and a big troll guy with a key. So I wonder what we have to do here. So as I was about to say before the cutscene started, I am glad that the game jumped into that 2D side-scrolling perspective there, because navigating and controlling both brothers at once while having the top-down view like this gets really confusing at times. As you've probably noticed, I lost control of him quite a couple of times. It gets really confusing. Oh, god damn it, he actually drops the key if you let go of a button. It gets really confusing and you can get stuck a lot. And I think there's actually a part later in the game where that becomes an issue for me. Okay, open the cage. Oh yeah, right. We have to open up. We have to use the lever. And Girl Troll climbs up and just boogers off without even looking back at us.
Hey, Maru!
Shh, yeah. So big troll guy hears us. He comes storming in. The first time I played this section, my reaction was to hide behind one of the pillars. And what you actually have to do is you have to lure him inside the cage. Shit! That was not supposed to happen. I don't know how I got him so easily last time.
Hey!
Okay. Oh! That's... I didn't know he can actually pass through those bars. Oh god. The first time I trapped that guy by just slipping through the door before he could grab me. That's amazing. But that's also so much easier. So Girl Troll came back, she found found a chain that we can use to climb up. Because, as you can see, she's injured, so she probably can't carry us around like the other troll that we met earlier could. All right. Come on. So this puzzle is pretty cleverly designed, I'd say. You actually have to drop the girl troll off at that point before you can bring the platform cage thingy into this position. Also, I just love these surroundings. Like, this is the most impressive level I believe in the entire game. It just has this sort of Lord of the Rings kind of feeling to it. Like, it just looks like the Mines of Moria. Like it's some great dwarven underground city, but it is entirely populated by these big trolls of which we just entrapped one. Oh, and look, it's the big guy from earlier. She's actually his girlfriend. And he was so sad and crying because the other trolls had stolen her from him. She got troll-napped. Oh shit. Wow, that's a big fatty. And the game is so kind as to actually show you what you have to do in this case. All you have to do is go down and make him break all the chains. Run! Come on! Yes. Alright now. Whoa! Ah, damn it! Ah, last time this worked out perfectly. I didn't die as much in the first time I played this game as I did through this Let's Play. Oh, come on. Yes. You good big asshole. Come on. Come on, come on, shake it off. Shake it off. Wanna dance? Wanna dance? Come on, 1 minute to go, big dummy. But yeah, as you can tell, this game isn't really that hard itself, gameplay-wise. But it has some unique mechanics, and I really enjoy the. Oh shit! Too late. I really enjoy the concept of having these two brothers that work together to accomplish their goal. It's kind of weird that they never considered adding a co-op mode to this game, because you think the entire game sort of seems like it's perfect for co-op, but instead they opted for single-player co-op. Which is kind of quirky in itself. I hope they don't die. Because pretty much anything these brothers touch seems to be dying left and right. These children are just angels of death. So here we got a cutscene, and some of the textures. This is a bug I've actually experienced before. Some of the textures in this cutscene don't work properly. Like, you saw that one little desk thing, drawer, and the obvious one right now are the rocks on the floor. They're just their textures are not loading, and they're just black. I really don't know why that's happening. But as long as the game isn't crashing as it used to do, I'm just happy that I can play it. Sorry for the noise, I just banged two glasses together. Oh yeah, this is actually a pretty nice little area. It's a nice section of the game to get. Top-notch commentary here. So the brothers decided to set up camp for the night in the middle of nowhere, and you have to admit they had a pretty rough day, so they deserved some rest. But now they got a bunch of fucking wolves just wanting to piss them off. Ah, shit. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is use the action button to wave the flaming stick and make the wolves disappear forever. Not just back off a little. Alright. So if you get close enough to them and do it, you actually just make them turn tail and run. If you're not close enough, they just back up a little, and oh shit, there's dead people. They just back up a bit and try to attack you a few seconds later. So go away, wolf. No one likes you. Except for maybe the viewers. The viewers probably like you. I know you guys, you all love animals. Like an animal. Ah. So suddenly we're on a graveyard. And I don't actually know if there's another town nearby, because you have to realize we just went through an entire fucking mountain to get to this place. So this graveyard can't be associated with our hometown. So either there's another town nearby, or this place is just... They just decided it would be a nice idea to build a graveyard in the middle of nowhere. Which kind of reminds me of the Fable series. Because I remember in Fable... Well, I guess in the first Fable, the graveyard was actually pretty close to I think Bowerstone? No, not to Bowerstone. To another place that I don't remember right now. Darkwood. Oh, I haven't played Fable in such a long time. I'm really not sure.
Atta. Aria.
Asking for the way once again. What does the little brother do? Ah, he asking for the lantern. Those wolves, they never give up. So now we're on a whitewater tour through... I don't even know the name of this world. But you see those little boats with the candles? There are actually a few cultures that use these sort of candle boats. I'll just call them candle boats. Those floating candles to... yeah, they send them down rivers. They're real cultures that do that. They send them down rivers because they believe that the lights will guide the souls of the dead, the restless spirits who have lost their way in the afterlife. Those candles will guide them into their afterlife and their well-earned eternal sleep. So there we got one of these boats just hanging on this cliff. So there's going to be one soul who won't make it to the afterlife. Ah, shit. Oh. Okay. Big brother first. Small brother second. The little brother keeps up pretty well for not being able to swim. Oh, now this part of the game is actually pretty ingenious. I have to say, I enjoy this bit quite a lot. So we try to climb that route, and suddenly it falls off, and there are these tree things along the cliff. And if I try to go up, another one pops out. Those are actually going to try to kill you. So what we have to do is the big brother picks up the route and pulls you along. And all you have to do is keep yourself out of range of these tree things. I could call them trends, but I think trends are actually supposed to be big tree spirits. These are more like tree stumps that attack you. I kind of want to call them tree ghouls. Another fun thing about this game is that it doesn't actually give you any of its lore. Like, you can't understand the people, and they don't seem to have any sort of written words lying around that you could read to understand what's going on. So instead you kind of have to think about everything and make your own little... Come on. And make your own little theories about everything. Like those tree things. You don't know what they are or or where they come from, but you know, we just passed through a graveyard, and there were these people strung up in the trees. So you could kind of just imagine that those tree things are actually the restless, angry spirits of people who died in that area, and their spirits were trapped inside trees, and now they seek to kill the living because they envy them for not being trapped and for actually being alive, and stuff like that. There is a giant hand. Which is funny because I'm not going to spoil anything, but we're going to see some more giant hands later on in the game. And it's our dead mother.
Oma. Mai. Oma.
So, Big Brother had a little bit too much red wine. We all know that the big one is just a big drunkard.
Naya. Mai, Oma.
Oh, look, there's one of those candle floats. So this actually suggests that his dead mother's spirit was drifting along the shores of the undead world, and and she followed that float somewhere down the river, but she never made it into the afterlife. But maybe this is just all in the imagination of the little brother, and he's just a little bit fucked up from the tragedy of having lost his mother.
Naya. Buddy.
Don't worry, I didn't just game over there. That was actually supposed to happen. So yeah, as the big brother, we saved the little brother from drowning, and then we went into his unconscious little mind, and he was having a really bad dream. And now they're having this beautiful brotherly moment.
Otoa?
Alin.
And I believe this is where I'm going to stop, and yeah, I think it should have been around 30 minutes by now. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to upload this, and I'll see you next time with another episode of Spelunky, actually. Because I'm going to do it like this. Mondays is Spelunky time, then Wednesdays a Machine for Pigs, and Saturdays is Brothers. Or maybe I'll switch it around, because Machine for Pigs does kind of seem like a good thing to do on weekends. For the scare factor. Well, for the scare factor, I say. But once I'm done with a Machine for Pigs, I can replace it with another horror game. And I actually got 2 horror games now, which I want to play and which I want to show to you guys. So we can look forward to that. And I want to go through a Machine for Pigs as fast as possible to show you guys those amazing games. So with that said, have a good night, or a good day, or, well, just goodbye.